So you do not think your team is productive enough. What to do about this? Hey, I'm Marina and I've been in technology for over 15 years, and I'm going to talk to you today about team productivity and how to make it better. So let me tell you a story. At some point in my career, there was a manager who thought, or an executive who thought that we were not being very productive. So what did they do? They started analyzing everybody's calendars and understanding what did they have meetings, did they not have meetings, who they meeting with, how long were the meetings. Well, let me tell you, this is the wrong way to look at productivity, because productivity is not only about your calendar. Productivity is actually defined as the equation between your inputs and your outputs. So everything that happens between input and output, that is productivity. In the service industry, it is harder to measure productivity than, say, in manufacturing, for example. But we still continue to use manufacturing techniques in order to measure team productivity, which is wrong. Another way to look at productivity, or that has been looked at productivity, is just looking at how many projects or how many tasks does a person deliver or create, which is also not necessarily wrong, but only is like the partial answer to productivity. I need you to understand this very clearly. Humans are not machines, right? We are affected by life, by emotions, by workplace culture, and about the economy, global warming. So humans are not this thing that you can just set on 10 and just expect it to deliver at 10 the whole time. So then there's the question, how do we measure productivity when we're talking about human beings and we're talking about teams? Because of these questions, things or theories like managing by goals or managing by output have been popularized recently online. So we all know we do not want a micromanager as a manager, or a micromanaging company. That is just toxic behavior that basically says, we do not trust you to do the work that you said you were going to do, and therefore we're going to look at every single task or activity you do so that we can trust you. Okay, so by now I think you understood that managing teams, and especially managing productivity, is a mix between a science and an art. And I tell you both parts. So the first part is the art, okay? Because we're still people. The art is understanding what is blocking, not necessarily tactically, but emotionally. What is blocking, if anything, your team from being productive? Do they have a hectic environment at home? Are they in a bad situation? Do they are extremely affected by whether it's health or the people around them or their team members' emotions or their frustration? So really having good leadership that can talk to people, understand what they're going through, and setting better goals for them, I think is extremely key to understanding productivity and how to manage productivity for people. At the end of the day, I'm not saying people should have no problems and you should solve all of their problems. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is we can understand them and meet people where they're at in that moment. People productivity is going to go up and down in the grand scheme of things. Nobody's ever going to be extremely productive all of the time. Company otherwise needs the consistency, right? So this is where good managers and good leadership comes into place. Good managers and good leaders, what they do is they look at their team and understand their people factor first, and then manages those people factors with other tools. One of the tools could be definitely setting extremely good goals. And if you have not seen my video about setting great goals, please go look at it because that's really important. The other factor could be getting creative about what other solution we can implement in order to achieve the goals that we are expected to. If your team is telling you that they're spending way too much time on meetings, do not question the effectiveness of the meeting. Most people do not want to spend time in meetings. Most people actually love doing work and enjoying seeing value being added through work, right? And so, again, most people. And so if they're saying we're spending too much time to meet in meetings, find creative solution to enable them, right, to cut down that meeting time. A few of the strategies that I've heard of: no meetings Wednesdays, no meeting Fridays, only have meetings that are bulk your meetings in one day. So for example, if you're most productive in the morning, block your morning for focus time and then spend the meetings during in the afternoons. If you're most productive in the afternoon, block your afternoons and spend your meeting times in the mornings. Another thing that I 100% recommend for any team member that is looking, or any team that is looking to be more productive, is shut down Slack, shut down Teams, close your phone, do not have any email messaging, no nothing. Open in your computer. That is extreme source of distraction. That is the least productive tools that we have invented as human beings. Sorry. The other thing that a leader can do is have regular conversation with their team members about productivity, but not in an attacky way, as in like, oh, you're not being productive enough, I don't know where this is going. It's about enabling them to solve their own problems. Human beings are, and especially engineers, want to solve their problems. They love it. That's why they became software or engineers in the first place. They love to solve problems. So help them, enable them, empower them to solve those problems, and they will come up with great solutions. Okay, there you have it. How to boost your team's productivity? Well, recognize first that they're people and they're not going to be at 100% all the time. Make sure that they're enabled and empowered to manage their time, not according to what is convenient for you as a manager or as a leader, but according to what and how they are more productive themselves. Make sure you set extremely good goal. Encourage them to solve their own problems, and make sure also that you have regular feedback and conversations about how to make that happen for them. By the way, I'm Marina, and I have 2 courses coming out soon. One is about happy, high productive teams, and the other one is about technical product management in AI. So follow me for more videos like this one.